You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight.
Yes, it is time for what we've all been waiting for, a good old schedule reveal. That's always fun. We're happy to be joined now by softball head coach Rachel Lawson. Coach, thank you so much for your time and releasing your schedule with us here this afternoon. First of all, just how's the offseason been and how excited are you to get this year going?
You know, I've been so proud of our team. They've done everything they needed to do to stay healthy and stay COVID-free. So, you know, we're starting 100% today is our first practice and everybody's there. So feel great. Looking forward to playing some softball.
All right, let's release that schedule now. Let's start in February. And Coach, you're in the Sanford Invitational to start the season. You played in the event last year, had some success there, going 4-1. And then at the end of the month, Cats heading to beautiful Orlando for a vacation. No, spring games, for spring games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, excited because, you know, just the familiarity of being at Sanford and just getting on the field, especially with so many new players in key positions, which is great. And then when we went down to the spring games last year, that's when we had our breakout offensive, just, you know, series, stuff like that. And so we were doing a bunch of records. So I think the familiarity of that will really help us kick off the season right.
Explain those spring game tournaments a little better, or that spring game.
Well, you know, the tournaments are a little bit different this year, probably because you have to take obviously COVID and safety into consideration. But you go down and you play different teams. Right now, I'm not certain on exactly who we're going to be playing, but multiple teams at one location. Obviously, the fields will be spread out, but it gives you an opportunity because you can't scout really and do some other stuff. It really gives your team an opportunity to know who they are and to really learn the game because they're just going out there and competing head to head. There's no tricks. There's no one-on-one preparation. It's just how good are you as a softball player. So it's a lot of fun.
And then let's move on to the month of March here, Rachel. We finally have the home opener for you guys. On the 10th of March, you're going to take on Morehead State. They're coached by Sam Jones, someone you're pretty familiar with. How special is it to coach against a former player that you had so much success with?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, we have so many coaches out there in the softball world, and Sam's done an excellent job, you know, climbing pretty quickly all the way out to Morehead. She's looking forward to it's her second year, so she's looking forward to putting a competitive team out on the field. And it's just great to be able to bring back the alumni who had such a passion for the sport, who loved it, that want to continue to grow their careers.
Then we get to open up SEC play with the Florida Gators. They're one of the favorites to win the league.
Yeah, Florida's always one of the favorites to win the league. I'm sure they are in many sports, but it's going to be nice. We're going down there. They have a brand new stadium. I've never seen it, so that's something. And then also, you know, there's nothing like SEC softball. The whole league is very competitive. All 24 games that we're playing I would put money that we are going to be playing 24 games against teams that are in the top 25, top 15, top 5. So it's a great schedule, but it's a competitive schedule, and I'm looking forward to being on TV.
And then to close out March, of course, we got a tournament here at John Kropp Stadium. That's March 19th through the 21st. Well, then you have Alabama coming to town, and they're probably going to be one of the best teams in the country this year. Just your thought of the Crimson Tide and the challenges that they might be presenting.
Yeah, I really think they have a shot to win it all. You know, there's always a team from our league or two teams from our league that can make a deep run for a national championship. They're certainly one of them. They're returning their entire team. They have several girls who are 22, 23, 24 years old. So the age difference alone is going to make them an experience to make them good. They're obviously well coached and talented. And then they have outstanding pitching. So I expect that they're going to be very good, and they're going to be a team that's going to be in Oklahoma City.
All right, as we get into April, we'll have home games, home and home against Louisville. Always love to beat the Cards twice, especially when they're coached by a former teammate of yours. Plus, there's that big matchup with Georgia for the SEC Network Series of the Week.
Yeah, our home schedule is awesome this year, and this is the first time we've played Louisville twice in a season in a very long time. So for both fan bases, to be able to catch their team at home is a big deal. That's always a huge draw, no matter who's the home team. So that's incredible. And then Georgia, I feel like I haven't seen them in like 3 years, and obviously an incredible softball team. So I'm looking forward to bringing them here into John Kropp and just seeing what they're all about. Very exciting, huge fan support we're going to need for that game because they're going to be running all over the place and they're going to be awesome.
And then you're going to finish with 9 straight SEC games to close out the year. Senior weekend there against South Carolina. Hopefully all goes well with that little stretch run to get a better seed in the SEC tournament, which will be held in Tuscaloosa this year. And Coach, I kind of want to double back just at the beginning of the year. Your girls, you guys went 20-4 last year before everything sort of got shut down. Do you have a feeling that you're on a roll and you're going to be returning some key players this year? You have Autumn Humes, Lauren Johnson, Kayla Kowalik, and some freshmen coming in as well. You girls have to be excited about what we're going to be putting on the field this year.
Oh, for sure. We definitely left on a high note. It wasn't nice to end the season. And with that said, we're not only returning the excellent talent that you've talked about, but we're also returning our entire pitching staff. Mm-hmm. And anyone who knows, softball knows that it all starts in the circle. So I feel like, we don't have as much age and older depth as we have, but the talent that we have is exceptional and they're incredibly disciplined. So I expect that we're going to be right there at the end with everybody else.
Coach, we've seen the schedule. We've gotten kind of your thoughts on it. Where are you at this moment in the season? Are you guys just getting started with practice?
Yeah, you're witnessing it at the same time that I am. So our first team practice here is in 10 minutes. So I have not seen them since they left for Thanksgiving break. I feel great about, they always do what they need to do off the field. So I expect that they're going to come in shape, but I have absolutely no idea. With our timetable shortened, we're going to have to do a little more competitions and stuff earlier, meaning like starting tomorrow, we're going to start ease into some competitive type situations, but just looking forward to seeing them, looking forward to get the season going and just doing something exciting and happy for a change because, the world is so boring without sports. So looking forward to it.
Well, we're looking forward to watch you on the field this season as well. Coach Lawson, thank you so much for coming up on the show with us, and we're going to keep you updated on the softball team as your season rolls on.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have another UK coach coming up next. John Robick talks to us about his Cats when BBN Tonight returns.
Sticky notes are part of our daily lives. And people have found some pretty creative uses for them. As Kentucky's insurance company, we appreciate the resourcefulness and the fact that billions of sticky notes are made each year right here in the Commonwealth. And we think that's something Kentuckians find pretty noteworthy. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight. We're previewing tomorrow's game, and who better to talk about the game than a coach? Keith had a chance to talk with John Robick.
Coach Robick, we always get to talk to the players, get to know a little bit more about them. I want to ask you just a couple of questions that we ask them. One of them is, who put the basketball in your hand when you were younger?
My parents. My dad had a big influence in me playing, and it's something that I've always love to do, and I had a pretty good high school and college career, so I'm glad I chose the sport of basketball.
And who were some of your influences when you were growing up? Aside from your parents, maybe the basketball players you liked and wanted to emulate.
I don't know if it's specific. When you're 6 feet tall and not very fast and can shoot a little bit, you keep things real in perspective, but. I've had a lot of influences from my high school coaches to my college coach. I played for Bob Huggins for a year early on, and then transferred to Denison, and it was a Division III school that I really liked, and my late coach, who I played for there, had a big influence on me, and then all the coaches that I've worked for. In my long career since I'm getting older, I've had a big influence.
All right, let's get into talking about this team. On Tuesday, obviously a tough one. Was that a matter of, a system that you don't see very often, a team being hot, or, Kentucky being kind of lost and, Coach said not everybody played well at all?
Well, we talked about it yesterday, and we talked about it again this morning. It was a combination of things. The style was different. It was the same style that they really played last year, but I think that they've added some really good pieces to their team. It's an interesting style where you're going to shoot 33s a game. We knew that going in, but they made 14, and they played very, very well. They're a very, very well coached, really top level team in Alabama.
So next up, you got Auburn. Looks like Sharif Cooper is the guy you got to stop. He's kind of on fire right now. And just talk about them as you head off on the road to play the Tigers.
Well, they play a similar style. Sharif is, he's played 2 games. I have the stats right in front of me. He's averaging 27 points, 11 assists. The ball's in his hands a lot. He's a terrific player. Very, very impressed, watching his 2 games. They're playing totally differently than they did in their previous 11 games without him. He's great in transition. He seems never to panic. He makes the right plays. He gets to the rim, and he just makes the game easier for everyone else that's on his team.
You've been with Coach Cal for a long time. This is a year like none of us have seen. How difficult has this year been with COVID? And what are you seeing from the players week in and week out as they try to fight through this and prepare for games?
Well, knock on wood, we just had our COVID test this morning again. We've gone a long, long time, without any hiccups, with the COVID. It's been a challenge. It's a challenge for the players more than the coaches. We've done a good job as a program with the people here at the university and our medical staff of keeping everybody healthy. It's too bad that these kids, can't really experience playing at Rupp with 22,000 fans. It's just different. No one's ever experienced anything like this in college athletics, both in every sport. But and this is a team that I really think needs some backing at times, and so we just have to create that own energy. And we're just getting prepared for this next game, and we're excited for another opportunity to play.
Good stuff from Keith and Coach Robick. We'll have more BBN tonight right after this.